From daily rejection to million-dollar ambition, he is living proof that the hardest doors open the biggest opportunities. Leonidas will share how he turned a no into his greatest teacher, used social media for public accountability, and built deep knowledge of his patch, one conversation at a time. You walk away with a prospecting playbook that's simple, raw, and real. From the streets of Penrith to the Black Salt stage, please welcome Leonidas. I've got to get your name right. Proestos. Yeah. Is that right?
That's
Close
right.
enough? Thank you, my friend.
Be sad when a video got 200 views. This is a lot of people. Alrighty, so I knocked on this one door in 2019. I had no listings, no brand, and no clue. It's generated over $120,000 in commission and counting. All the deals that you see on that screen, every single one of them came from that one deal. Today, I'm going to show you why door knocking is the most powerful skill in real estate and how you can use it to build a bulletproof career. Why door knocking? It's real, it's raw, and it works. It cuts through the digital noise and connects you directly with people. With phone screening becoming the norm, cold calls are dying. So you've got two choices: build your brand online or connect in person, door by door. Every knock builds confidence. Even when you get a no, you're sharpening your presence. And here's the best part: every single door you knock is paid training. Practice that turns you into a gun closer while also building your pipeline. And it costs you nothing. You've got two choices in this game. Choice one, sit and hope, or choice two, knock and grow. I sold this property right next door to these owners. My big head and number staring at them every single day when they got home from work. And you know what? They never called. And they're never gonna. So I knocked. Turns out they had an investment property a few streets over that they were thinking of selling. They were already talking to another agent, but in the end, they liked me better. And that turned into a $22,000 commission. And that's the power of choosing to knock instead of waiting. This is a line that I want stuck in your head tonight. Knocking is the fastest, cheapest way to become the most trusted name on your street. So now let's go into the Knocks framework. You need to know your patch. 3 talking points per street: sales, rents, something local. Once they see that you know their world, their walls drop. You need to nail the first 7 seconds. Smile, watch your tone, step back from the door. People decide if they trust you almost instantly. Oh, you need to learn to turn objections into openings. Reframe them. Use humor. A no today can be a yes 6 months later. C, you need to capture data. Write down names, notes, and future follow-ups. A memory fades, your notes do not. K, keep consistent. 3 times a week, 45-minute sessions each. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And S, show up with service. Leave value, show them that you actually care. That's how you go from stranger to their agent. So now we're going to go into the script breakdown. This is the anatomy of a great door knock. That's a little bit jumbled up on there. I don't know if it is on the screen as well. Is it all good? A little bit? You can read it? So you always start with an icebreaker. So these are the pillars to a great door knock. So I have scripts available that I give out to the community, which I'll show you later, but I'm big on the pillars. I change the scripts all the time, but I stick to the same pillars. You can pretty much say whatever you want. As long as you stick to these points during your pitch, you'll be all right. So the icebreaker, it's a curiosity question, something casual and non-salesy. Hey there, I don't know if you've seen us around. You start getting them thinking, have I seen them around? Should I have seen them around? I don't want you knocking on the door saying, hey, my name's Leon from XYZ Real Estate. No one cares. And once you tell them you're a real estate agent straight away, they already want you off the front door. So get them thinking, and then they feel like they're in control. Then you want to go into information with authority. So then you'll reference a sale or a listing or something nearby. We just sold your neighbor's house, number 10 for $2 million. And we're just letting the street know because sales like this impacts everyone's value. Then you want to go into report. Ask about them, not you. No one cares about you. How long have you lived here for? This will really get them talking. And you can get a little off track with them. As long as you steer back to the pillars, you'll be fine. But you want them talking. You want them to give you information, talking about the suburb, how long they lived there for, etc. Then you want to go into market insight. Plant the seed of value without pushing. That's fantastic. You know one thing? I've noticed that people love living here. It's such a sought-after spot. Homes don't come up often, and when they do, they move fast. Then you want to go into discovery. It's a light question that opens the door for future follow-up. The market is always changing, and a lot of your neighbors have been curious about their home's current value, especially with prices like this. Out of curiosity, do you have any idea what your home might be worth? And then you want to go into the close. So you always finish strong with the close. So we're actually offering complimentary 10-minute appraisals next Wednesday and Thursday for homeowners who are just curious. No obligations. Would you like to join some of your neighbors to get an updated idea of your home's value? So that's the script breakdown. The icebreaker, information with authority, rapport building, market insight, discovery, and then the close. So as I said before, you can make it your own. As long as you stick to those pillars, you'll be fine. So who I knock and when I knock. You want to be the news, not the noise. I don't knock on random doors. I knock around success. When a listing hits the market or sells, curiosity peaks. That's your window. People are watching, talking, and wondering what it's sold for. Get there before the sold sticker or for sale sign goes up. Be the news reporter with a real story, not the agent repeating gossip. I want you to focus on your just listed, just sold, and auction invites. Remember the 10-10-20 rule. 10 on the left, 10 on the right, and 20 across the street. That way you can literally point to the sign during your pitch. Hey there, I don't know if you've seen us around. We just sold number 12 as I'm literally pointing to the sign. It's short, casual, and gives you instant credibility because you're connected to something real in their street. Now, if you don't have listings yet, that's okay. We just change up the script. Hey there, I don't know if you've seen us around. We've been selling a lot of the properties nearby, and a lot of homeowners have been calling in to get an idea of what their home might be worth. Your other options are expired listings and other success. Controversial, yes, expired other success, even within your office. Controversial, yes, but I'd rather you fight over half a commission than no commission at all. So these are 2 door knocking videos. They're live, so I post a lot of my knocks online, and you'll notice that the scripts vary slightly. I stick to the pillars that we went over before. I miss a few in some of them, and I reword them also, but if you stick to most of the pillars and finish with a strong close, you'll be all right. So if we could just play those 2 videos, please. I don't know if they'll show up on there. No? Maybe if you open up the Canva. If you download it onto the slide, it might have not downloaded with it. So I sent it through Canva, I believe. So I think when you uploaded it onto the slideshow, it potentially might have taken the videos off. So if you open up the Canva link I gave you and just go to that slide, it should open it straight right up. I guess while we're waiting, who here does door knock in their business at the moment? Show of hands. Who doesn't door knock because they're afraid of door knocking? Cool. All right, well, that's what we're going to go over in the next few slides. It's just about getting over that fear. To be honest, the first door knock kind of feels like being on stage right now. Coming on to 9 years now. So 6 years as an agent.
Where are you based exactly?
I'm in New South Wales, Western Sydney, Penrith area.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Any reason why you book an appraisal ahead of time rather than doing it on the spot?
Yes, 100%. So I'm completely against doing on-the-spot appraisals. When I first started, I thought, yes, it will make me look like a professional. I know my market. I know the value. Of course I do. I could go in there and give the value. Yes. But the reason that I don't is, one, you don't want to kill your momentum. You've allocated time for prospecting. It's just like if you had a call session and someone asked you to go get lunch, you'd say no, because it's your prospecting time. That's number one. And then number two, it's really hard to get back into it once you're in the door and getting the appraisal. And if you offer it on the spot, the main reason you're there is to get their details. My mistake when I first started was I go in, I give it, I go, oh, cool, can I get your phone number? Oh, no, that's all right, mate, thanks, see you later. And I just spent 30 minutes in there and I never spoke to them again. Opportunity gone. So those are the main 2 reasons on why I never do it on the spot. How are we going in the chain?
Question.
Yes.
You know, when you do a door knock, you get the 10-minute appraisal next week.
Yes.
Are you asking for their details, or are you saying, you know, like,
Absolutely. So we lock it in. You'll see in the videos here. So we ask for their name and then their phone number, and then that's it. And then follow up. And a lot of these people aren't necessarily motivated to be selling straight away. And that's not the point. You know, you want to get their data. You're already out there. So I know a lot of agents, they go out there, they're looking for the listing then and there. What are the chances of knocking on the door at the same time? One, when they're home, that's already hard enough. And then two, oh yes, of course I'm selling. Oh, you showed up at the right time, Leon. Come in, sign the agreement. It's very rare. It happens to me maybe once a year, if not every 2 years. So it's all about getting the data, and that's what you get excited about by collecting the data, and then you can kind of measure your success off that. And you won't be as depleted after knocking, you know, a full week, and then, you know, if you get 10 appraisals and you're excited about it, then, you know, it makes it a bit more exciting and not so depleting. Yes? Oh, yep.
How do you help a tenant if you bump into them instead of a homeowner?
How do I help a tenant?
Yeah, if you're knocking around and still like the homeowner tenant there, do you help them out in any way? Or,
Like to get the...
yeah, in terms of like, you've got to buy in the future, or what do you say to the homeowner?
Yeah, absolutely. So they'll go, oh, I'm a tenant. I'm like, oh, that's all right. Like, how long have you lived here for? How do you like? I continue the conversation. I never just go, I'll see you later, bye. But sometimes I feel like some people use that, not a rejection, it's like a way to get me off the door. So I've read in a few Facebook groups that people say that now. Just say that you're a tenant and it will disappear. So, yes?
Do you write down any other information, like for example, if you're not really sure like how many bedrooms, bathrooms the house has, and if you're going back to do the appraisal, do you need to fill out like some sort of...
Yep. So
if it's a new build and you can't work out,
100%.
okay, how many bedrooms, bathrooms?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'll keep it very short and casual at the door, get their details. When I go back to the office or in my car after the knocking session, I'll give them a call to confirm the appointment and then ask those questions. Has any renovations been done? How many bedrooms? How many, et cetera, and then going from there. So very quick, you want to be on the doors. You're out there, you want to get as many doors in as possible and just collect as many numbers and then kind of do all the work after that once you're back in the office.
So I work for realestate.com.au, and there's actually a new product that you can actually do a filter on a farming area to see whether it's tenanted or owner-occupied.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's just been released, so if anyone wants any training, reach out to your rep. But you can now like sort of filter and do owner-occupied or tenanted.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Save heaps of time. Yes?
What's the ratio of door locks to people spoken to?
Spoken to, so it depends on time. So after 3:30, I find if I knock 50 doors, I'll get 20 opens. For some reason, around 1 o'clock, I'll get, honestly, 5, 10. So it's not a really good time. I find any time after 3:30 is my best time for conversion, about 20 doors after 50. Yes?
Do you target a specific area in terms of like a farm area? And if so, how many times would you go back to the same street?
Yes. So I'm working on a farm area at the moment that I've been putting a bit of work into this year. So that's only something that I've implemented this year. I always knocked around my success. But with the farm area, I'll consistently knock it. If I've already spoke to them, I won't. But even with, there was one street called Mosley Avenue last year. I sold 3 properties on it. I door knocked the street like 10 times. And I've door knocked the same people, that didn't give me their details the first time. Just to kind of laugh about it. It's like, oh, I'm here again, sold another one, So what's the worst that they're going to do? Like, you're going to get a door in the face, which I've gotten heaps of, right? And are we, okay, cool. What's the worst that they're going to do? They're going to slam the door in your face, you move on, you go talk to the next person, right? So,
Video is ready if you want to.
okay, yeah. So you'll play that or I will play that? Yep. So these are the live door knocking videos in real time. Hey, how are you? I don't know if you've seen us around. We just sold your neighbor's house, number 7, literally just right there.
Oh, right.
Yes, so we're just letting everyone know what it sold for. It sold for $1,045,000. We just thought we'd let the stream know because that impacts everyone's value.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. How long have you been here for?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, the one thing.
That's great that it's
Yeah.
sold for that.
Yeah, really good. Well, one thing I learned about Emu Plains is that people don't often sell because the location's just too damn good. But when they do, they sell quick.
Yes.
And the market's always changing.
I'm surprised that the price that it's all at, that it stayed where it is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's a new shift in prices. It's made a lot of homeowners curious of what their homes are worth.
I know it's this one clears the mill.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you are curious, so what we're offering is obligation-free appraisals. So basically they're 10 minutes next Wednesday and Thursday. For homeowners not looking to sell, just curious what their home's value is, would you be open to joining some of your other neighbors and finding out what your home's worth next week?
I know what it's worth, but
I guess confirmation to see.
yeah, just to confirm it.
Yeah. Anytime between 2 and 6 p.m. by any chance?
No worries.
2 p.m.
No worries. I've got an open day there.
Done. 2 p.m. And what was your name? Leonidas. You can call me Leon. And what was your contact number? I'll send you a confirmation text in the morning. Oh, good. Well, I'll see you on Tuesday. So, that's one. And then the script's a little bit different here. I actually did have a buyer for this street, so I wasn't lying. Hey, how are you? Good, good. I don't know if you've seen us around. We just had one up for sale. Literally went up last week at number 81, about 10 or 15 doors up. Ended up selling really quickly. Bit of a long shot what I'm doing here. The buyer that missed out on it offered the same as the buyer that bought it, but they had different settlement terms. They've asked me to personally knock the street to see if anyone's maybe thinking of selling. They really want this street because of the proximity to the shop.
I can understand that.
Yeah, and I'm finding most people don't want to leave because of that reason either. So yeah, just asking the question, is there any chance that you're got it on the cards potentially?
No.
No? Yeah, that's all right.
Stuck here for good.
That's been the general consensus. Although this sale has sparked a bit of curiosity with your neighbors. So it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom on a 645 block, and it got $1,055,000. Yeah, so next week, for the ones that are just curious, they're not selling. We're doing what we call 10-minute appraisals. No pressure, not for selling or anything. We just leave you a report, give you an update on what your home's worth in today's current market. Did you want to join some of your other neighbors next week on Monday and Tuesday to get a free appraisal? Yeah, cool. Are you free on Monday or at around 3 or maybe even 3:30?
Yeah,
What was your name? I'm Leonidas. You can call me Leon. I'll send you a confirmation text Monday morning. Did you have a contact number I can send you a text to? 38. I'm looking forward to it. So as you can see, thank you. It's literally that easy. Like you're already there, you're putting the time in to knock on the door. Just get their details, you know, give them some value, which is the appraisal, and you'll build a solid database and they'll appreciate it. And every time I do these appraisals, I leave these appraisals and they're quick. And I tell them it's a 10-minute appraisal because I want them to understand that I don't actually want to be there for much longer than that because it's not really worth your time to spend 2 hours to someone that just wants to know the price of their home. I allow for 30 minutes. I say 10 minutes so they, you know, we can spill into 30. And you're already out there, so collect the data and build it from there. And when I'm leaving the appraisal, I always say, look, what I'll do going forward is every time we sell something in the suburb, I'll shoot you a quick text with what it sold for. You don't have to reply to it. I don't care. I'm just keeping you updated. Matter of fact, you should be excited when you get a text from me because it means you probably made some money. And then I just leave it at that. And then when they're thinking of selling, they will respond and say, what do you think mine is worth? And that's when it goes to a warm lead or a hot lead.
Other people in your marketplace now, because they're obviously seeing you generating interest and generating sales and everything that you're doing, are
Yep.
they now trying to replicate that or do what you do? Or
Yeah, they're trying to replicate it. And I've had to delay when I post my friggin' videos because they go knock on the doors now. I had Ray White tell me that, oh, we knew that was that one on Mosley because you left the street number on there, so we went and knocked it. And I did lose it, actually. And you'll notice in that video as well, I had, the pauses in each line is actually longer than those videos because of Instagram and the algorithm. I had to cut it, so there's not much gap in there to have the shorter video. So I do leave a little bit space in between each line. I don't just kind of jump into the straight. You'll see the clips when it's cut up. You can see it when you watch it there. So every knock plants seeds. Some sprout instantly, others take longer. This isn't theory. It's listings, commission, and careers built door by door. These sellers here told me that they might move to the coast in a couple years. 6 months later, they went away for Christmas, accidentally bought a house on the coast, and all of a sudden, they needed to sell. Because I kept in touch, I was front seat, and that turned into a $20,000 commission. Now, that's the power of staying consistent and keeping in touch. Plans change, people move. Stay consistent, and you'll always be the one that they call. So here's your challenge, the 3-day sprint. I want you to knock 40 doors 3 times this week. Track names, phone numbers, addresses, conversations, what went well and what did not. If you scan that QR code, it'll give you a cheat sheet that you can put into your files and fill out all that information. Do this for 3 days, and you'll never look at your patch the same way again. So I don't know if you guys will be able to scan it. I don't know if I'm allowed to move this television or not. So I'll get you to keep your phones out as well, because this isn't just me. This is the $1 Million Knockers community. So agents new to real estate and experienced, already stacking listings. If you want scripts, support, and live videos, this is where you'll find it. Any skill level is welcomed. If you're experienced and have years in the industry, it'd be great to have you in here as well. You can provide insight to the new and up-and-coming real estate agents. 2 agents from this community have already started working in the office that I work at, so you never know. If you provide the right information, the next superstar could show up on your door. It's free to join. It's just a community page. There's 400, we're about to hit 450 agents, hopefully more after this. And it's just a community base where everyone kind of learns off each other, talks about their wins, their fails, what they're struggling with. And I do monthly calls. In the new year, I'll be doing fortnightly calls. And that's some of the feedback that you can see on the screen there from the agents currently knocking. Did everyone get it? The fear of door knocking. So I've asked before, who's not doing it because they're afraid of it. I used to be terrified of it. That adrenaline rush, like stepping on stage or that first cold call. It's normal. It's like the first gym session, the first listing appointment, the first anything new. But repetition kills fear. Every door you knock takes power away from that little voice inside your head. And after 500 doors, you'll never fear it again. So go chase your 500 doors. And on the days that you're not motivated, I want you to tell yourself, let's just knock one door, then one more, then another, and then another. Once the blood's flowing, you're locked in. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. I still remember standing outside that expired listing, heart racing, palms sweaty, rehearsing every single line in my head. In the end, the owners didn't even answer. It was their son. And back then, my closing skills weren't what they are today, and that might have been the best outcome. I got the father's number, followed up a few times, and I finally landed the listing. Now, what I learned was the more doors you knock, the more luck you create. That knock wasn't just a knock to $120,000. It was the knock to the start of a career. Everything that you want is on the other side of that door. After 500 doors, you'll change the way that you see fear, rejection, and opportunity. So ladies and gentlemen, here's my ask. Go knock yours. Thank you. I'm happy to do Q&A if there's still time
I think
for it.
so, yeah. Let's take a couple of Q&As.
Time frames to do it? Time frames to door knock? I don't know if you covered that. What time do you go through?
Yeah, so when I was first starting out, I did 3 sessions, 45 minutes each. Now I do one and a half hour sessions once a week. So,
That time, like time of the day?
oh, 3:30 and onwards. I play around with 1 o'clock sometimes, just depending on my schedule, but 3:30 is such a better conversion rate.
Hi.
Hey.
One of the biggest fears I'm finding is that it's females door knocking.
Yep,
And so how do you safeguard when you're recommending women go and door knock?
yep,
Because it is a legitimate fear
yep,
that of us approaching a door on our own.
100%.
When you don't know who's behind it.
Yes.
So what do you recommend females door knocking?
Yeah, well, 2 things. If you can't go with someone, so a buddy system is what I'd recommend, going with 2. And then secondly, just don't go inside. Just get the appraisal, stay, further away from the door. I guess give you enough space to run if you have to.
You go with somebody because obviously somebody's videotaping you.
Yeah, that's just my little brother, so. He hides the phone behind the brochures, so we haven't been caught yet. We've been going 2 years strong.
Would you, if you can't get any, they all reject, say no, would you just get the contact details and just say, could I just keep you posted on what's happening around the area? Because I've been doing that, just saying, I'm trying to build my contact list. Can I just grab your details and I'll just keep you posted as to what's happening around your area?
Yeah, absolutely. You can keep swinging until you can get the number. There'll be times that I do, and there'll be other times, I know I'm coming, if it's a just listed, I know I'm coming back with a just sold knock anyways. I'll try again. So it depends on what stage it is in the knock, whether it's early or if I know I'm coming back with results. I'll just give them, the heads up. I'll come back and let you know what it's sold for. But absolutely, that's great work. Doing what you can to get the number, because ultimately that's the goal.
Leonidas,
Yes.
would you be willing to share with us the structure for your 10-minute appraisals?
10-minute appraisals, very, very quickly. So I go in there. I'm very question-based with everything that I do. I'll go in there. I'll get a bit of an understanding why they wanted to know the value, and then I'll show them the few comparable sales, and then that's it. And then I just
But you're
leave.
obviously touring the house as well.
Yes, so we'll go in, have a quick look, go over the comps very quickly. If not, to be honest, half the time I won't even go over the comps. I'll just really 10-minute relationship builder. You know, I'm going in there to make a new friend, and then just give them the appraisal. If they're not selling, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, I'm not promising that they're going to get it. I'll give them a range. Yeah, it's $1 million to $1,055,000, or $1,020,000 and $1,050,000, and then I'm just asking about them, finding what we were relatable on, and then just giving them the heads up that I'll be in touch.
What's your listing success from those 10 minutes, and then what's your listing success when they come back to you? Because obviously you're going to keep contact with them. What's your listing success when they ping you?
So in terms of listing success, when it's just knocking and on the spot, as I said before, 1 a year, if not every 2 years. I'll have to be honest, I'll have to find out what that number is, because I've just got so much data now, and I just keep in touch with everyone. And you know, I got a text literally last night, someone that I knocked saying, "Hey, we're ready." So I don't have that number, to be honest, but that's how I've built my data, and I just make sure I have touch points with them consistently until they're ready. Yes, absolutely. So I don't believe in just one form of prospecting. You need, you know, multiple forms of lead sources. So door knocking is just really good to get the data that no one else has access to. Everyone has ID for me. Everyone has CoreLogic. Everyone has Price Finder. Everyone has those numbers, right? Everyone's calling them. People are afraid to door knock, and they're harder to do than calling, because if you stuff up a phone call, you can just hang up. You can run from. It never happens, you know. So people aren't doing it. So I'm getting data out there that, you know, no one's chasing, and then I'm building a relationship via the phone after that. To be honest, I don't really want to go back there until they're ready to list, which sounds horrible, but you know, I'm just, in terms of a time perspective, you don't really want to be spending too much time at these properties.
I think we've got time for one more question. And
yeah.
Then...
So you've obviously used this tactic as a way to grow your commission earnings.
Yes.
In your opinion, though, what do you think is more valuable, the money you've earned from this, or the growth you've had personally through this?
Great question. So the growth by far exceeds it in every way. The ability that I have to close now compared to when I first started in real estate is completely different. It's changed the way I look at everything. I'm afraid of nothing, no listing appointment, no objection, no rejection. It really conditions you and trains you to be a genuine gun closer. And it just changes everything that you look at in the business from that point on. You just become so much better at it. And I highly recommend for everyone, not just with your knocks, with any form of prospecting, to record your sessions, whether it's on the phone, it's a voice memo. I did this by accident. I started filming some of these. I saw some guy selling solar in Canada or America. The video blew up. I was like, I door knock. Why don't I film it? And I can get a bunch of followers from it. And then I was too scared to post it. I actually asked Tom Panos. I said, should I post it? He's like, what are you doing? Post it. And then they blew up. But my point is, recording all these videos, I thought I was good at door knocking 2 years ago. I sucked. Like, I watched these videos, I couldn't believe the mistakes I was making, the errors, the ums. It was just unbelievable. So being able to go back and watch these, you know, pitches changed my business in every way. So highly recommend, 1, door knocking, and 2, record any form of prospecting that you're doing for your own personal growth.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The SMSs that you're keeping in touch with.
Yes.
Adding each one to a separate group text apps, or how you?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit old school with, not old school because it's on the phone, but I just put everyone's address next to their name in my phone. And then I'll just type in, for example, South Penrith in an area that I'm at, and then I'll text everyone in that personally. Like, I'll put their name if I know something about them. It's a little bit more time consuming. I'll put more time into the ones that are a bit warmer. If they're just cold, it'll just be a generic bulk text. But if it's someone that's indicated that they'll sell in the next 3 to 6 months, be a bit more personalized. If it's someone that's indicated they're going to sell in the next 3 months, they're getting a phone call. So they won't be a text message, they'll be a phone call. So that's kind of how I structure it. Cool. Thank you. Give it up.